Hey, it's Charity Brooks, and I'm just out here on a drive. Don't worry, I'm parked in my brand new Jeep, and I am just feeling so incredibly blessed. About 4 years ago, I bought this book called Goals by Tracy, and I remember reading it. My life was in shambles. I mean, it was bad. I had just moved out of my house with my daughter was 2 at the time. I moved out of my house and left my husband at the time. One of the several times that I left him, I was staying in one room in my parents' house. We were broke. I didn't have anywhere else to go, but my marriage was bad. And I remember reading this book faithfully every night and just really letting it soak in to me. And he says in that book, envision what your life will look like 5 years from now. What are the things that you want? How do you want to live? What kind of a house do you want to live in? People you want to be surrounded with? What kind of a car do you want to drive? And I remember thinking, okay, I'm going to just write it down, put down these goals. And it was kind of a powerful exercise for me. I had some goals like I want to live in a home that it has peace and harmony. Because at the time, my house was not peaceful and there was no harmony. There was a lot of anger and yelling, and verbal and emotional abuse was going on. And I was scared for my daughter, for me. Not that my husband would actually hurt me, but that, the verbal and emotional abuse would take its toll on myself as well as my daughter. And, I just really needed to get away from it. My husband and I were in a lot of debt. And, I was already a business owner. I had my salon already for about 6 years. And when I had my daughter, I quit my full-time salon business so I could be home with her. It was important for me to do that. And so, you know, we were broke. I cut my hours by 75%, and I felt stuck, because we had the debt and I was living in a bad marriage, and there I was with my daughter and our 2 dogs living in a room in my parents' house, and I was unhappy. And it was really hard. So, I was reading this book, envisioning what my life looked like. And I made plans. I put a certain dollar amount on what I wanted to earn every year. Not because I wanted the money, but because I wanted to have that life for myself and for my daughter. And I wanted to have peace and harmony in my home. And, for 3-4 years, I worked real hard to, create this life that I envisioned for myself. One of my goals was to run a half marathon. Well, I've run 10 now, which is completely amazing for me because I was never a runner. And at 37, when I left my husband again, I became a runner. And so now here I am, 4.5 years later. I am sitting in my brand new Jeep. And I imagined all this time what it would be like to have the leather seats and have the top that comes off and just have this life. And it's not really about the material things. It's about the peace and the harmony that I've been able to create in my life. My divorce was finalized on Monday. And I have the house. And I'm able to stay home with my daughter. And I just cannot believe that the journey that I've been on. And I just feel so incredibly blessed that I was able to do this. But it didn't happen overnight. And it didn't happen without a lot of hard work and blood, sweat, tears, and determination, and no excuses. And I just feel so incredibly blessed that I believed enough in myself and in my dreams to make myself a priority, make my daughter a priority, because here I don't have to worry about clocking in at work. I'm able to be home 100% full time with my daughter and just take fun vacations and do whatever I want. And so I just really wanted to share that with you. The journey has not been easy for me, but here I am, just feeling so incredibly blessed. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hope you're having a great Sunday.